Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 5 of LakerLand. I'm light out, ZZ's father. I'm here, having a good time. I just want to say thank you for Sunday's success. If you guys weren't there Sunday, y'all haven't watched that episode, go back and watch it. It was a legendary episode.
Classic, baby.
Classic. Shout out to Player's Choice for giving us an extra hour. So we're doing big things here. But Z, how you feeling?
I'm good, man. How's everybody doing on this fine Tuesday evening?
I mean, I'm killing it. That's all I know.
I am loving it. Happy Tuesday. You know, we in full effect. We in the building, man. Salute to LakerLand. Y'all already know how we coming tonight, man. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Lakers Nation. Shout out to the NBA community. Most importantly, big up to our PC Players Choice family. As always, man. Shout out to you guys. Man, we got an unbelievable show tonight. Y'all thought that Sunday night was off the chain. Tonight, we turned it up a whole nother level. So we appreciate each and every one of you guys joining us this evening. So tonight, bro, on deck, we got our jump ball segment. I'm going to go over that for those who missed our initial jump ball segment on Sunday. Light Out versus Easy one-on-one going down tonight. Also tonight, as y'all know, Phil Jackson, we got to get into the Zen Master himself. Was he a better Bulls or Lakers coach? We're going to tap into that topic of conversation. Also, Warriors versus the Lakers opening night in the NBA. We're going to have a preview about that upcoming game. And when it comes to AD and LeBron, we're going to talk about surviving this new NBA rule when it comes to load management. How will that affect LeBron and AD? We got an action-packed show for you guys, man. It's LakerLand. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the Players Choice platform if you're new. I am so ready to rock and roll, man. Before we get into our first topic of discussion in the jump ball, I do want to give some special shout-outs to our new members of our Players Choice family. Let's run through the list real quick, fellas. Doctor, thank you so much for becoming a new member of the Players Choice family, and welcome to LakerLand, big homie. Shane, the artist, I see you. Thank you for coming a member of the Players Choice family. Shout out to you, Shane, the artist. Dave M. in the building. I see you, Dave. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the Players Choice family. Shout out to you, Zion's Burner. We're gonna need. We definitely expect to see you in these live chats.
I need access to that account.
That's a fact, right? Because you know the memory card, the SD card in that burner. Man, you know, it's crazy, bro. You so salute to Zion's Burner, man. Thank you for becoming a member of the Players Choice family. Clad Diamond, I see you in the building, Diamond. Thank you so much, and salute to you for becoming a Players Choice family member. And last but not least, Jeremiah, where you at? Thank you so much, gang, for becoming a member of the Players Choice family, and welcome you guys to LakerLand. Fellas, are y'all ready to rock tonight?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
What's going down, man? Let's get into our first segment. This is our jump ball segment. We're going to get into that. Give me 1 second, fellas. I'm going to pull y'all up, and we're going to rock and roll.
Let's go. Let's run
Already. So, ladies and gentlemen, LakerLand in the live chat. This is where you guys come into play in this show. Straight off the top, the jump ball segment is an unfiltered, uninterrupted, one-on-one debate about a random Lakers topic that I'm going to throw up in the air. After the debate is over, a couple of minutes, you guys in the live chat, LakerLand, you guys are going to decide who moves on as the winner of this jump ball debate between ZZ and Light Out. We're going to switch and rotate every episode, but first up, we got Light Out and ZZ. Fellas, are y'all ready to rock?
Yes, sir. And for the people that saw Sunday, that didn't happen. That was just a preseason game. We're going into the regular season now. So this is the official scoreboard. I just want to leave that there. But let's start the regular season. Let's start undefeated.
I already know, man. Salute to everybody in the live stream. I see you, Sensation, in the building, man. Shout out to the gang, man. Big up to y'all, man. I see y'all. Definitely glad to see you as well. Cool's Kia, shout out to you.
I'm 1-0. I'm 1-0.
He tried to take your win back, bro.
Let's just make sure that that's established. I'm 1-0.
All right, Lakerland, let's get into our jump ball segment. ZZ, light out. Let me kind of reword this. Does LeBron James deserve a statue in Los Angeles?
Of course. Of course he needs a statue in Los Angeles. What are we even talking about? LeBron James, first of all, has brought a championship to that team. He was a finals MVP. He was the clear best player in LA during that time. Not only that, he has brought that team back to relevancy when that team only had Lonzo, Kyle Kuzma, Josh Hart, all those players. LeBron James joined and brought LA back to the prime time that they are. LeBron James is the sole reason why we have this show. LeBron James is the sole reason why Laker fans are excited about winning a championship this year. And not only that, this man broke many records and the all-time record wearing a Laker uniform. So yes, I need LeBron's statue in front of the Staples Center next to Shaquille O'Neal.
Hold on. Did you just say that LeBron is the sole reason why we're doing this show?
Why are we doing this?
I think just like an episode or two ago, maybe you said Anthony Davis was the sole reason that we were doing this show, but that's interesting. And to your point about LeBron being the best player through the stretch of, when they won the chip, that was not undecisive. That was not undisputed. That was not what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, unanimous. It was LeBron and AD, bro. What are we talking about here?
Mm-hmm.
When we point back
who brought AD to LA?
Rob Pelinka.
But who demanded that? Who demanded that?
Rob Pelinka.
Stop it. Who demanded that? Who demanded? There's a reason. No, they're not gonna. Okay, no. They were not gonna bring AD if there was no LeBron James. Let's start off there. LeBron James. We all know his history. We all know that LeBron James is during trade time. He's notorious to changing his whole team around so he can have the best time to win.
Listen to me right now.
What are we talking about?
When we were talking about LeBron James, right? And we're talking about all-time Lakers. Where does LeBron rank for you on your all-time Laker list, Light Out Sports?
He's top 6.
Top 6. So let's think about some of the guys that may or may not be ahead of him. Kobe Bryant, for sure.
1,000%.
Magic Johnson, for sure.
1,000.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for sure. Shaquille O'Neal, for sure.
Yep.
Jerry West, for sure. Wilt Chamberlain, for sure. Elgin Baylor, for sure. Gail Goodrich, for sure. So then we start breaking our way into where LeBron James is for the all-time Lakers. And you got to think about we're not asking where LeBron ranks for a franchise like Cleveland, who has one championship, obviously, greatest of all time. We're not asking him where he ranks for the Miami Heat, because when we're talking about tenures, it's called Wade County for a reason. Let's be honest. But LeBron is still, top 2, top 1 if you want him there. When we're talking about the all-time Lakers,
he's the best Heat player when it comes to talent.
Yeah. When it comes to talent. Yeah. I know what you mean. I agree with you on that point. I agree with you. But when we're talking about all-time Lakers, if I had to sit here and say, looking at LeBron James's 5-year stretch, does he deserve a statue?
Yes.
For one title? Granted.
Bringing back. So no, it's not even about bringing title. You see,
it's not about bringing titles.
There's a problem with people that think like morons, like you, ZZ. It's also about financials. It's also about how much money has LeBron brought to LA. Because there was no money, there was money being brought up, but not the same statue ever since LeBron came. So we're talking about the financials. We're talking about stocks are booming. LeBron is there. Everything is going up. Hey, let's talk about his jersey numbers. Number 1, 10 years in a row now? Number 1 in jersey sales? LeBron James wearing a Laker jersey is LeBron James. LeBron James drives everything in LA. Everyone wants a LeBron jersey. Everybody wants to see the Lakers because LeBron has constructed that team. LeBron is the reason why the success of LA is happening. So let's just stop acting like, yes, these other players like Wilt Chamberlain, a well-deserved great LA Laker. Jerry West, great LA Laker. I mean, all these players that you've named. But let's stop. Let's just think about who are we talking about. We are arguably talking about the second greatest basketball player that has ever touched the basketball court. That's who we talking about. So, and then that man joins LA, wins a championship, brings him back to relevancy, and you think that he doesn't deserve a statue?
Okay, so let me get this straight. You think that LeBron deserves a statue because of how much money he makes the Los Angeles Lakers in jersey sales?
Well, that's part of it.
So let me get this straight. If you want to talk about the Lakers and
also ads,
advertisements, what are we doing right now?
We're talking about the city of Los Angeles, what he has done.
We're talking about the city of no. We're not talking about the city of Los Angeles.
We're talking about California.
We're talking about the Los Angeles Lakers,
the most important team in Cali.
Here.
That's what
the Los Angeles Lakers as an organization. When you think of it, you think of champions. Notice how I put an S on that. That means plural. So when you think about the Los Angeles Lakers and the all-time great Lakers, like I mentioned earlier on with Kobe Bryant and Magic Johnson, guys won not just one, not two, not three.
How many rings did Jerry West win?
Jerry West won one ring.
How many did Wilt win?
Wait, are we timing?
How many did Wilt?
Time. Salute to you guys. I see y'all. All right, LakerLand. I don't want to hold y'all. We're not going to hold y'all. It's up to y'all. Who won the jump ball debate between ZZ and Lightout when it comes to LeBron James getting a statue? I need y'all to drop those names in the live chat with the winner. Who got the W in this jump ball debate if LeBron James deserved a statue in Los Angeles? Was it ZZ or was it Lightout, man? Let us know, LakerLand.
If I lose, then I will finally know how Chris Webber felt in 2002.
If they're smart, they're gonna know that I won. I mean,
you didn't
we're
win.
talking about what.
We're talking about finances. We're talking about finances.
Yeah, we're talking about everything comes to
you. I can't believe you did that. You said.
What are you talking about?
You said no. We talking about LeBron if he could get a statue or not. What am I going to throw out there? Advertisements. You want me to throw out Space Jam too?
LA, bro. LeBron James brought that team back to relevancy. What are we talking about?
Brought that team. Did he do it alone? Did he do it by his lonesome? Did he do it like
he was a major part? He was a major part because there's no LeBron James. There's no championship.
If there's no Anthony Davis, there's also no championship.
But who brought AD? That's what I'm saying. Who brought AD to LA?
It doesn't matter who brought.
Yes, it does.
If AD doesn't perform,
what are we talking about?
If AD doesn't perform, does it matter? Does it matter that LeBron James said, "Oh yeah, bring AD over"? Just like who wanted Russell Westbrook in Los Angeles? LeBron James. And then what happened?
He did.
It was a disaster. What are we talking about?
You hit.
All right, fellas.
He's a gambling man.
All right, fellas. So it's going down in the live chat. It looks to me, I got to talk to the bosses. It looks to me like ZZ gets the W this week over the homie Lightout. BA from Get Your Bars Up Media in the building. BA, I see you, brother. Salute to you. He says ZZ got this one clear, but shout outs to Lights Out as always. All right, so
Ryan. Hey, hold on. Just to let you know, man, I'm 2-0 against you right now. Okay, you 2-0, and I feel like this must be what the Undertaker feels like. That's me right now. However, Ryan, just to let you know, there's no hard feelings. You did well, buddy. You did well. Good job, buddy. Good job.
So it's going down this upcoming Sunday on our next show, episode 6. Myself and ZZ, we locking in 1-on-1 in the jump ball segment.
Get ready for that question, ZZ. I'm bringing up the question, and I'm only telling 7.
I'm gonna turn up. We gonna make sure we get it done this weekend, man. So, all right, fellas, let's get into our first topic of this evening show. Again, shout out to everyone. Thank you guys for joining us here at LakerLand. If you guys are new to the Players Choice platform, make sure that you subscribe, smash that like button, and also become a member of the Players Choice family. We definitely appreciate it. Let's get into tonight's topic of discussion. Let's get into our talk about the Zen Master, Phil Mother effing Jackson. So wait a minute. I think we lost Light out, so I don't want to get started until
we can get started without him.
You want to get started without him?
We don't need him. I mean, I'm just kidding.
My God.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Phil Jackson today. Now, before we figure out where the hell Lightout went, I want everybody in the comments to name their favorite Phil Jackson coach team. There's a lot of them. There are so many.
Yeah. Let's reach out to LakerLand, bro. Like, who do y'all feel Phil was the better coach for, the Bulls or the Lakers?
I need to know because it's a genuine question. You got 6 with one and then 5 with the other. Like that's just insanity. This man is a legend, bro. But I don't know, Seven. I was interested to see like your opinion on this. Oh crap! Dang it!
I'm back.
My life just got worse. Welcome back.
Yeah, there's some technical difficulties, but what we're talking about now? I'm sorry.
William Jackson.
Oh, Phil Jackson. Yes.
You ready to get into our topic of discussion?
Let's get it.
All right, boys and girls, y'all already know what this is. So, ZZ and light out Phil Jackson, former head coach of the Chicago Bulls from 1989 to 1998, leading them to 6 NBA championships. He went on to then coach the Los Angeles Lakers from 1999 to 2004, and again from 2005 to 2011. The Lakers franchise won 5 NBA titles under his leadership. But where was the better job done? Light out. Was Phil Jackson a better coach at the Bulls or with the Lakers?
Now, when you look at Phil Jackson in Chicago, we think about the greatness that organization brought, right? We brought 2 3-peats in a row with Jordan, Scottie, and then Dennis Rodman at one point of those championships. We look at the success, but for me, I really do appreciate what Phil Jackson did in LA. I do appreciate that in his first season or second season of him coaching there, already brought a championship with a duo of Shaquille O'Neal and a young Kobe Bryant. Not saying that Phil Jackson is the reason why Kobe turned into Jordan 2.0, but it does definitely help that Phil Jackson did coach Jordan and did apply some of the drills that Jordan was doing to apply to Kobe Bryant. And then now we saw him be who he is. So when I look at just the coaching aspect, applying what he learned in Chicago and putting it in LA and win 5 NBA championships, not with just a core duo, but with 2 different duos, with 2 different teams, with Kobe and Shaq, and then Kobe and Pau Gasol. We talked about him last episode. We look at the difficulty that they had to deal with when it came to trades. We look at the difficulty when it came with Kobe almost leaving during that time. Phil Jackson was there the whole time. Phil Jackson, just look at him. I mean, he dealt with a lot. I thought he dealt with a lot more drama in LA, and with all that, he brought 5 NBA championships. And when you look at the Laker record, when you look at Phil Jackson's Laker record, he won 610 wins as a Laker coach and only lost 292 times. So the man basically won more times than he lost. And it was because of his coaching. So, yeah, I must say LA.
Seven.
What about you, ZZ?
I actually want to get your opinion before I give mine.
Man, it's tough, bro, because like I try to actually break this down into a lot of different variables. And to me, the journey with Chicago was kind of similar to the journey in LA. And at first I was going to pick Chicago because not only was Phil Jackson fighting the game on the court, he also was dealing with the Jerry Krause situation. So he was dealing with that. But when I remember, he had a similar issue with Jim Buss in LA. So, it's really tough for me, but I think because he really took Tex Winter's triangle offense in Chicago and really made it into something even more special, I would probably say he did a better coaching job in Chicago than LA.
Isn't it more interesting, though, that he took everything he learned in Chicago and applied it to LA?
But I think what's more interesting, light out, is that he had the pieces to be able to do that. The fact that he had Kobe Bryant right behind Michael Jordan as far as style of play, that was like heaven sent.
No, you're correct. But again, I mean, you look at what Phil Jackson maybe had to do with a Kobe Bryant and that. Like, again, I'm not saying that Phil Jackson is the reason Kobe became Kobe. I'm not saying that, but it does help a lot that that Phil Jackson, the guy that coached Michael Jordan, is now coaching Kobe Bryant, and Kobe Bryant ended up being who he was. And then when we look at it, the thing that Chicago had, although the tenure that Michael Jordan left for 2-3 seasons when they won that first 3-peat, they had the core the whole time. Phil Jackson didn't have the same core from 2000 from 2010. Those are two different teams. And with all that, he managed to do it and win 5 NBA championships. For me, that is more impressive than having, and I'm not taking away what he did in Chicago, because I feel like both are impressive, right? But I just feel for me, that would be more impressive because he didn't have consistency in LA. He did in Chicago.
See, that's where I meet with y'all, is on the point of I agree with y'all that his Laker tenure was more impressive to me. And literally, Lighthout's last point was what I was about to say, was when you look at it, he had 2 different sets of talent that he won titles with: Kobe and Shaq, Kobe and Pau. So, and when people like to point to Chicago, I don't blame them. If you look at it from a winning perspective, they had so many great winning seasons. You can point to 91 when they won 67 games. You can point to 96 when they won 72 games. You can point to 97 when they won 69 games. It's when you talk about winning regular seasons and not just that, but just knowing who the eventual champion was probably going to end up being, it was those Bulls teams. With the Lakers, even still in the early 2000s, you can still make that case. But in 2010, I mean, the Western Conference looked a little bit different.
Yeah.
Even in 09, 08, obviously, you could point to those Denver teams. You could point to the Suns. You could still point to the Spurs. So many great teams that they had to go up against en route to the 08 finals, 09 finals, 2010 finals. So for me, yeah, I would say his Laker tenure was the more impressive one, because you got to look at it from a perspective of it was a dogfight in those later years, in those 08 to 2010 years, as compared to 2000 to 2002 years.
Yeah.
So that to me is
look at the NZ and look at the era though as well. I mean, we're talking about one of the lowest scoring times from 2000 to 2010. Mm-hmm. It was more difficult to score during that time. It was a harder game to play, and with all that, Phil Jackson had that amount of success through those 10 years, and then that slowly started changing to the game that we know today, obviously. But it didn't start in 2010. It started maybe 2013, 2014 when Steph Curry and the Warriors started cooking. So I just look at that era. For me, that era was more difficult. And quite frankly, I mean, I prefer what he did in LA than in Chicago, 100%.
Yeah.
Who do you think, fellas, grew more under the leadership as a ball player? Who do you think grew more, what, Mike or Kobe, under Phil Jackson's leadership? Who do you think Phil impacted the most out of those two guys?
I feel like Mike adjusted to Phil and Kobe learned from Phil. Here's the thing about Kobe Bryant that you got to give a lot of credit to. When Kobe, and just preferably younger Kobe Bryant, right? He wanted to learn as much as possible, right? I mean, when he was facing Jordan when he was in Chicago, you could see, or in the All-Star game, I mean, there's stories of Kobe Bryant literally picking Michael Jordan's mind and figuring out what he did in certain situations and how he could better his game. And I feel like he learned a lot from Phil Jackson and Michael Jordan and other players throughout the season, and players like Shaquille O'Neal, players that he won championship with. I feel like Kobe was more impacted, more molded by Phil than Jordan. I feel like Jordan adjusted because he saw success before Phil Jackson got there. He didn't win a championship just yet, but he definitely saw success.
Yeah, I agree with him on that point of MJ, Get Your Bars Up Media said it in the chat. Kobe. MJ was already MJ before Phil. And what he means by that,
could have said not better.
What he means by that is you got to look at it from a perspective of what MJ already accomplished individually and what he was specifically just missing. Individually, he had already gotten an MVP, he had already gotten a DPOY, All NBA, All-Star, all that. He won everything that he could possibly win. All he was missing was that coach that was able to change the formula from individual basketball to some sort of team basketball, so revolving around Mike, obviously, right? Then you talk about Kobe Bryant. When Kobe got there, even young Kobe, you would see stories of Phil Jackson in practice having them not practice with the basketball. And Kobe is talking to interviewers like, man, we're not practicing with the basketball, but we're trying to just get that feel of the game and trying to tap into that psychological aspect of the game. Mm-hmm. So Phil was teaching Kobe early on. Like, Kobe already had all the tactics. Kobe already had all of the skills to play, basketball at an elite level from an individual standpoint. But Phil was instilling in Kobe some of the things that he needed, that he eventually learned later on once he didn't have a Shaquille O'Neal by his side, of leadership.
That's why I think Kobe's more iconic than Jordan. When we're looking about just icons, I think
I don't know about that.
I think Kobe
Wait
is a bigger
whoa,
icon than Michael Jordan.
I think we got a clip. I think we got a clip.
One,
yeah, that's the one right there. We're gonna make sure that part gets uploaded. Ryan, let's not duck the smoke because that is crazy. That's
What's crazy?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Listen, I'm not saying it's crazy. I'm not saying it's crazy because Kobe fans can be wild, but and I'm a Kobe fan more than you are. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not a Kobe fan.
No, he said that Kobe is more iconic than Michael Jordan. You jacking it?
Yeah,
1000%.
Now tell me how. Tell me how.
So when you look at the aura, so when you look at Michael Jordan, right? We look at what he accomplished, right, and then his competitive edge, right? What he wanted to do to win. Like you look at Michael Jordan like that. When you look at Kobe Bryant, you look at all these stories, what he did. I mean, you look at the players that he has impacted, like the players of Jason Tatum, players of Devin Booker, players that are in today's game. You look at the iconic stories that Kobe Bryant, like the whole story of him, breaking his finger, not breaking his finger, dislocating his finger, get popped in, and keep playing the game, tore ACL, ended up walking into the free throw line, score. I mean, I feel like the story, the aura of Kobe Bryant is more iconic than it is Michael Jordan.
Well, who inspired Kobe though?
No, that's not. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, it definitely inspired Kobe. That's what I'm saying. But I feel like Kobe then inspired more people in the NBA. Because how many Kobe's are in today's era? How many Kobe's were in his era? How many players were playing like Kobe in his era? Not too many. Well, you could say Tracy McGrady, Carmelo Anthony. Players like him, I don't think they play like Jordan, more like Kobe. You look at players like Jason Tatum, although I'm not saying he's in the same level as Kobe Bryant, you can see a lot of Kobe in him. Devin Booker as well. You are looking at just the iconic, the inspiration. You just look at Kobe Bryant, I feel like right now he is turning into a more iconic figure than it is to Michael Jordan.
When it comes to franchises, let's keep it real, fellas. Who would have been impacted the most without Phil Jackson? We got Chicago with 6 rings, seemed to be on the cusp of destiny with, Jordan and Scottie Pippen. They was working on trying to get things right. You got Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. You got Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol. But if Phil Jackson was not in the equation, who would you be willing to bet had less championships?
Jordan will have less championships
than Kobe.
Yes.
If you take away Phil Jackson?
Yeah.
If you take Phil Jackson out the equation, if he did not coach the Chicago Bulls for those 6 seasons that they won, and same with LA, how many championships, how much of an impact would that have on those organizations?
I think Kobe and Shaq still win. I mean, that for me is still the greatest duo of all time, Kobe and Shaq. I still believe that Jordan and Scottie could still win, but what Phil Jackson did, orchestrating and making that triangle offense even better, making Michael Jordan understand that he needs to get off the ball a little more so they could win more games, and making him buy in a little more to the system than himself. You look at stuff like that Phil Jackson had to do, and then you just put Kobe and Shaq. I mean, Kobe was learning from Shaq either way. Kobe was still learning from Michael Jordan. So I still believe that they could still three-peat with Kobe and Shaq. I don't know if they could win with Pau Gasol and Kobe, but I could bet to say that I would probably say that Jordan – I don't want to throw numbers because I don't want to be nasty, but I say Kobe wins more rings than Michael Jordan.
I don't agree. Because mainly I'm thinking about outside of like – in the 2000s, outside of Greg Popovich, maybe, who else would be able to coach Kobe and Shaq with those 2 massive ass egos?
Especially to win 3 in a row. Like Lighthouse said that he could still see them three-peating without Phil Jackson. Really?
I do see them. Yeah.
Kobe
and Shaq. What are we talking about?
Phil Jackson at most times had to be the mediator for Kobe and Shaq. So,
And you don't think
if you implement another coach that.
Let's stop like stroking his ego real quick, okay? I understand that Phil Jackson. I understand that Phil Jackson was a great pivotal coach for that organization. All right, but I don't know who, right? But during that time, right? But I'm pretty sure there should have been a coach. There should have been some people that would have calmed Kobe and Shaq down. There would have been someone to step up in that precise moment. I think there would have been a coach available during that time. Probably not to do the same success as Phil Jackson, but still win probably 4 rings throughout the Laker tenure from 2000 to 2010. I don't think that's crazy to say.
So let me get this straight. If you're taking away Phil Jackson and he has to run across a coach like, say, Greg Popovich in the 2002 Western Conference Finals or something like that, and you don't have Phil Jackson as the head coach of Kobe and Shaq, name another coach back then that you think would have, like Jeff Van Gundy. Would he have been able to?
Why did Michael Jordan come back?
Michael Jordan came back for Phil Jackson.
Exactly. So there's no Phil Jackson. So let's say he retires the first time, and let's say he wins 2 or 3, or he wins 3 rings, right? Let's say he retires the first time. Do you think he's gonna come back? There's no Phil Jackson.
Oh no, it's Michael Jordan. What are you talking about? If he wanted to play basketball hard enough, he would have came back. Michael Jordan
is the reason he came back was Phil Jackson.
Yes,
so if there's Phil Jackson, he is not coming back.
What about Kobe? What about Kobe after he requested a trade in 2007 and said that he wouldn't want to play for anybody other than Phil Jackson? They went ahead and they brought in Phil Jackson. And
he requested a trade.
If you make a demand, then the front office is obviously going to be obligated because you were the franchise player to meet your demands. What do you mean? Michael Jordan saying, if Phil Jackson doesn't come back. Kobe said the same thing. He'd end up with 3 rings. He'd end up with 3 rings. Listen. If Kobe didn't get Phil Jackson in the 2008 to 2010 or 12, whatever it was season, if he didn't get Phil Jackson, he would end up with 3 rings. The same exact amount of rings that Michael Jordan would end up with had he, I want Phil Jackson. And they said, no, we're going to give you Phil Jackson.
Okay. So can we all agree that Jordan wanted Phil more than Kobe did? Can we all agree on that at least?
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Thank you, Dub.
That is a fact.
Dub,
what's up, G?
Thank you, Dub. Take over, Dub.
I got. Listen, there's one big thing that y'all just forgetting, right? The management of Dennis Rodman. Nobody wanted to deal with that dude. Phil Jackson was the reason why that whole thing was able to work, because Dennis had somebody that he related to, that he messed with, that could let him do what he got to do. Ain't nobody else let him go to fucking Vegas, be on the NWO, and then sit here and go play basketball. Ain't nobody else doing that, right? So in my head, they don't three-peat twice. MJ only gets 3 rings because that thing is probably going to implode. I do think Kobe and Shaq, first of all, Phil Jackson didn't even have those guys in line because they broke up. They was already having problems even with Phil Jackson being there. So they were having problems regardless. And I do think they still go 3 straight with no matter who was there because they were both that great. On top of that, in 2009, they didn't really face anybody in 2009 that I think they would lose without Phil Jackson. So they probably win in 2009 too.
Versus Orlando.
4 rings to MJ's 3.
Yeah.
Versus Orlando. So let me ask you this, Dub. How do you measure how Phil managed Dennis Rodman in comparison to how he managed Metta World Peace? Do you put them on the same level?
Nah, bro, he literally allowed.
Rodman was worse.
Rodman was way worse to deal with. Metta World Peace was different because he at least wanted. That's why he changed his name. He wanted the world to change their view on him, right?
Yeah.
So there was more of that. He just wanted everyone to just view him in a better light. This man, Dennis Rodman, ain't care, and he continued not to care. And Phil Jackson worked around that, and
he doesn't care right now.
He still don't care. He was pissing at Home Depot.
Exactly. So when we look at Kobe Bryant, it's not crazy to say that Kobe could have won more rings without Phil Jackson than Michael Jordan. When you put all those points in, this is what I'm sick of. I'm sick of being the crazy guy when I'm spitting. And I like Dub. I appreciate you, but why the hell did Dub have to come here so he could validate my point? Like, look at the chat. The chat is now out here like, oh, you know what? Dub has a point. Like, that's what I've been saying. but I'm the crazy guy, and nobody wants to understand what I'm saying. I'm sick of it.
That's I feel you, bro. I feel you.
No, we're not about to sit here. We're not about to sit here and let Light Out victimize himself as the crazy person. What was the first crazy outlandish take that Light Out said today? What was the first one?
Dub, I got a question for you. Who's more iconic, Kobe or Jordan?
Hell, here we go.
Wait, it has to be MJ. It has to be.
But Light Out isn't the crazy one. That's crazy.
No, it has to be iconic. It has to be MJ. Kobe though, Kobe is iconic, but nah, MJ is different, bro. His shoes are selling out.
If Kobe, so let me ask you this question, Light Out. If Kobe is more iconic than Michael Jordan, is Kobe more iconic than LeBron James?
You could argue that.
You know, you can argue. Answer the damn question.
You could argue. I don't think LeBron moves the same shoes as a Kobe or MJ does. I don't think LeBron moves the same jersey sales as a Kobe or an MJ does as well. I don't think that the aura of Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan being, killers or whatever they were called, right? It's not the same for a guy that is looking to play team ball. I think people appreciate more that killer instinct and the guy that, we're going to win because of me and only me, than a guy that's going to pass the ball and make the right. When you look at all that stuff, you could argue that Kobe Bryant is more iconic than LeBron James. I still prefer LeBron over Kobe 1,000%. That is not what I'm saying. But when we look at the aura, I could say that Kobe's more iconic than LeBron.
The difference between those three, and it kind of works itself together. Kobe, I think in terms of like Kobe and LeBron, I think Kobe is more iconic to like the players and the peers who actually played in the NBA or played basketball. While LeBron, he's iconic as well, but LeBron has more of the icon figure towards the fandom, towards the fans and the casual, right? While MJ, he has both. It's the peers, the players, and the fandom. So that's why it's MJ, bro. It's got to be MJ, bro.
I'm with you, Dub.
We on for a couple more minutes, bro. Are you able to hang out with us for a couple minutes with these topics?
I'm about to take a shower, bro.
Okay. Well, we definitely appreciate you coming through Lakerland, bro.
I appreciate y'all for having me on. I had to make sure my boy Light Out if it wasn't, getting grilled too much because he was really spitting, man.
Thank you, Dub. I appreciate you. I'll send you the cash app later. Right?
Thank you, bro.
All right, bro. Salute to Dub, man. Salute to the Players Choice family. Make sure you guys check out the panel Monday through Friday, every day, 11 a.m. Eastern. This is Lakerland, man. 7 Mitchell, Light Out, ZZ. We in the building. We rocking out, man. This is halftime. Just a quick reminder, man. Make sure if you guys are on social media, if you guys enjoy daily Lakers content, make sure you follow us on social media at PC_LakersLand. Make sure you guys subscribe here at the Players Choice platform. If you guys are new, become a member. We're about to get into our second half of the show.
Wait. I'm sorry, Seven. I'm sorry. That I think that's a great question. Cottage 81. If you could pull that question up real quick. I really like that one. Is Pau Gasol better than Zach Randolph?
That's actually I like that.
Absolutely. He's better and he's greater.
Wait, okay, no, greater 1,000%. No, greater. I'm with you.
Yo, Pau Gasol is better and greater. See, first of all, you and I have a conflict of interest when we talk about bags. We know skill set wise, Pau got a better bag than this guy, right? We clear on that, right? Can we agree on that?
Then Zebo?
Here we go.
My God!
What are we talking about?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Zebo has
bully ball Zebo. That's what we're talking about.
Oh my! How clutch has Rudolph been in his career?
How clutch has been Pau Gasol? When we look at the career, when you look at Memphis, Zebo, when they went to the Western Conference Finals, Zebo was a big reason why they went to those conference finals. Obviously, the reason Marc Gasol was the heart and soul of that team, but let's not forget Zebo was that guy.
You starting to disrespect the Lakers too much for my liking, bro. I could expect some of this.
You're the one that said Carmelo would win a ring with Kobe. I'm the one defending Pau Gasol last episode. What are we talking about?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, let's not get there. Don't let me pull the receipts. Don't let me pull the receipts, Seven. I don't want to do that.
This is terrible, man. This is terrible.
Look. Wait. So let me get this right. Who thinks that Z-Bo is better than Pau? Is it light out?
I think there's a conversation to be had.
Okay, that's fair. Because here's how I look at it, right? Okay. I look at it and I say, when you look at two players like those two players, you got to take into account, obviously, how many seasons they played. Pau played 18, Randolph played 17. So it's neck and neck. You can really, get deeper into this comparison and figure it out. Talk about all-star games. Some may matter to some, may not matter to others. 6 all-star appearances for Pau, 2 for Zach Randolph. All-NBA teams, 4 for Pau, 1 for Zach Randolph. Rookie of the year, Pau Gasol. When you look at the numbers, 17 a game from Pau, 16.6 from Zach. So that's 17. I'll round it up for him. 17 a game is that's even. 9 rebounds, even across both boards. Pau was a better playmaker. Obviously, we're not refuting that. But when we talk about defense, it's like, what do you really want? Because when you're talking about blocking in the interior lane defense, Pau's got him. I'm sorry. He averaged pretty much 2 a game. Now, when you talk about steals, that's the only neck and neck defensive thing that they really have. But I'm still going to take Pau when it comes to defense.
It's hard to say blocks because the height of Z-Bo. I mean, Z-Bo wasn't a notorious tall. Pau Gasol was taller. How tall was Pau Gasol? What, 6'10", 6'11" around there? And Z-Bo was around the 6'9", 6'10". So I mean, we look at their height.
Z-Bo did bring a different
brought that energy. The energy that we see Draymond Green do in Golden State is the same energy that he did for Memphis. I mean, we're looking at hold up, watch out. What I'm about to say. I'm just saying energy. Like, the Patrick Beverleys that, he just goes there and just makes chaos. It's the same chaos Z-Bo was doing. I mean, it's just, for me, I think it's preference. I don't think it's crazy to say Z-Bo is better than Pau Gasol. When you look at everything, when you look at the numbers, Z just said the numbers aren't that off at all. I could completely understand why people would prefer a guy that plays more dirty than a guy that play makes. I think you can make that argument.
Okay, I like it.
This is ridiculous. This is insane. And because I was about to get into both of y'all, man, pause, but listen to what Basic Training Day is saying. Like, where y'all coming up with this? You really think if we was to plug in Mr. Zach Randolph instead of Pau Gasol, the story would still weigh the same for the Los Angeles Lakers? Yet y'all tried to tell me just on Sunday's episode number 4, that Carmelo Anthony and Kobe Bryant couldn't make any noise. Like, really? That's what we doing tonight?
Z, can I ask you a question?
You can.
Z, did I say sub Pau Gasol for Zach Randolph and they'll have the same team success? Did I say that?
You did not say that.
7, I got a question. No, 7.
Do you not? I know you can read. You got glasses on and everything. What is this big old comment says on the screen?
So it says, I'm being so serious.
Results the same. Kobe,
I can't see
they won 2 championships. That's basically, I'm addressing Training Day, but you guys were on the same, giving that same energy. How do you compare these two, bro? Really? This is a laughable conversation. And y'all trying to, I need a real valid point, though.
So when we're looking at players, there are players in the NBA right now that you could just say it's based off preference, right? When we're looking at, there was a time where Steph Curry and Kevin Durant were their all-time peaks, right? And I mean, they were peaking at the same time, and there was a legit conversation that people preferred. To Z, tell me if I'm wrong. There were people that preferred Kevin Durant because of the way he played, the way that you could plug him anywhere and he could shoot anywhere on the court. He was arguably the best scorer in the NBA, and for that reason, and he was taller, he plays like a guard, and people preferred Kevin Durant over Steph Curry. But then you look at the argument for Steph Curry. Steph Curry is a guy that could just run around the whole court. Steph Curry could just shoot from whatever, the greatest shooter of all time. A guy that could play make without even touching the basketball. People prefer Steph Curry over Kevin Durant as well. So there are certain players like Pau Gasol and Zach Randolph where it's just based on preference. Do you prefer a guy like Pau Gasol that could give you 18 a night with 9 rebounds, but can also play make, or the same guy that has scored the same thing as Zach Randolph that could give you 18 and 9, but can play a more aggressive and give you the energy on the court? It's based on preference at this point. Sometimes you could make a preference, like if you're looking at teams, you're looking at teams being constructed at certain certain points. Maybe you could make the argument that Pau Gasol is more needed than a Zach Randolph, vice versa. There are teams in the NBA right now that you could make an argument that Zach Randolph will be a better fit for Pau Gasol. I don't think it's crazy to say that Zach Randolph and Pau Gasol are in the same tier when it came to their highest levels, like when they were at their best.
You hear these guys trying to really compare Zach Randolph to Pau Gasol. You hear this man sitting up here trying to spill this soliloquy like he's making some type of valid point. I'm still waiting.
Was I not cooking? So what do you think about my take then?
What I mean, it sounds like you were air frying. I'm not gonna say you wasn't cooking with no Crisco with no grease. You was like shake and bake. I don't know what you was doing. Like you a vegan tonight. Come on, bro. You're bugging out, bro. Come on.
I mean,
so what was the reason? What was the reason? Let me ask you a question just real quick. Like, what was the reason Zach Randolph didn't have a Larry O'Brien trophy at the end of the day?
Because he didn't have Kobe Bryant.
Based off of the teams?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Let's just take a second to move on. Personally, I don't think that Lakerland has time to debate Pau Gasol over Zach Randolph any longer. So we're gonna get into the irrelevant segment for the remaining time that we have. For starters, we're going to start things off with everybody's favorite former Rookie of the Year, Ben Simmons. Okay. Ben Simmons on his upcoming Brooklyn Nets season says, and I quote, "And I owe it to everybody, the fans and everybody," he said that twice, "to get back to where I need to be." So let me ask y'all this question. Are we still on the Ben Simmons train of, I guess the Ben Simmons hype train? Is anybody still on the Ben Simmons hype train? Is anybody still on the
what do you mean?
Just wait till he gets a shot train?
What do you mean still? What do you mean still? I never rode that train. I watched that man have multiple games with 0 points last season. I ain't jacking that. Who was riding that train? Give me an Uber or a Lyft.
Look, I don't want to sound like that guy, but I do feel that this year we're gonna not what we expected from Ben Simmons. That there was people that said that he was the next LeBron James, the next, like he's never gonna get there. Let's be honest with each other. But I do think that Ben Simmons is gonna be a great starting guard in this league, and I feel like this year we're gonna see Ben Simmons shine. I'm just saying. I'm not going off the cliff, but I'm looking at the circumstances. Hold on. Let me get it off. Look, there's no Joel Embiid. There's no Joel Embiid in this team. There's no KD. There's no Kyrie. There's no James Harden now. It's just Ben Simmons and Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges he could play with the ball. He could score on the ball. We saw it last season. But he could also play off the ball. So if Ben Simmons is really serious, I'm not saying that he's going to be a top 10 player or anything. I'm just saying he's going to be a high-quality guard in this league. And watch out, his ceiling is maybe all-star. I don't know. I can see it.
Before seven, before you go, right now we have 83 people watching and 26 likes.
Bro, what are we doing?
Violate the like button. What are we doing?
They don't like what y'all talking. Y'all talking crazy, but we're gonna put this on y'all. We're gonna put this on y'all tonight.
He said this.
What? Why we have 8, bro? How we got 8? Come on, guys, let's like it up, bro. What are we doing, bro? I'm pissed. But let's keep going with the show. I'm sorry.
I mean,
but what did I say? You don't think Ben Simmons could? Like in the circumstances he is. Let's be realistic.
I'm trying to be. Who's
the second guy on that team? Mikal Bridges? That's it? Or Cam? Is Cam Thomas even on the team anymore? I mean, they don't even know how to use him over there. So I really strongly believe that they could use Ben Simmons correctly this year. Maybe see him as a high quality guard. That's all I'm saying.
Define correctly.
Okay, so I'm looking at a guy that could average 14 points, 15 points a game with 6-7 assists, almost averaging 8 rebounds. That's what I expect from Ben Simmons this year in the regular season. I'm expecting him fighting for the play-in spot with the Brooklyn Nets. I don't think they're going to be utter garbage. I think they're going to be a legitimate 8th. They could be a legitimate 8th seed that could probably win one game to the 1st seed. That's it. That's what I expect.
So
from
just like
Ben
last
Simmons.
year.
Just like last year, but
All
without KD.
Well, yeah,
All right,
they
let's do this
didn't
real
have
quick.
KD last year.
We're gonna
Also,
come
yeah,
back
same
on
thing, but
this
with
one
Ben
to another
Simmons.
topic because we got about 10 minutes left, and we still got some things to discuss. So we'll revisit this at a later time. I want to get into the next topic, and we'll kind of discuss this briefly. But the NBA just approved a new rule about teams no longer being allowed to sit two star players in the same game. Do y'all think that this is going to impact the Lakers at all, specifically with LeBron James and Anthony Davis concerned?
No, not at all. First of all, let's talk about who moves things around the NBA. We're talking about LeBron James. He's the only player in the NBA that is exempt from this rule. This rule does not apply to LeBron. So if he was to sit out the whole season, it's LeBron James. He could go ahead and sit out the whole season. And who's the other star in that team? Anthony Davis. So that means that technically speaking, they only have one star in that team because LeBron does not apply to that rule. I think they're going to be perfectly fine. The team that I'm concerned is the team across the pond, the Clippers. That's what I want to see.
What about you, ZZ? What's your thoughts on this new rule, and how do you think it's going to impact the purple and gold?
As much as I despise the glaze that Lightout has given LeBron, he's right. Like LeBron moves a lot of weight in the league. So if Bron says, if they came up to Bron and said, "Hey, Bron, we have a new rule. It's for sitting games." Bron, if I'm LeBron, I'm looking at him and I'm like, "If you don't get that piece of paper out of my face before I punch you in yours," because, quite frankly, like if you really think about it, do we think that there's a possibility that LeBron and AD will miss a significant amount of time throughout an 82-game stretch? Yeah, we do. So the league looked at it and said, "You know what, LaKERLAND, appreciate it, Ron's Dons." So the league was looking at it and probably saying, "Okay, this is the Los Angeles Lakers. This is LeBron and AD. We give them among the most nationally televised games each year. So it's like, they're going to be like, okay, we got to figure out a way to make sure that they're good with these new CBA rules. We got to figure out a way to make sure that LeBron James can be nationally televised more than he's nationally punished."
Yeah.
And if you think about it, like from a superstar perspective in the league, in terms of handing down punishments, like the only other person I can think of that the league is like, "You know what? We don't give a damn how talented you may be or how much money you make us. You're not exempt." John Morant, they're like, "Hey, we don't give a damn. Don't
You're out of here.
Go, you're gonna get these."
That's why, dude. I'm gonna stop. Let me stop. I already gave the man.
What were you about to?
No. What's the next thing?
We got one more topic.
Let's move on.
We got one more topic to go tonight here on LaKERLAND, man. We appreciate everybody that chopped it up with us and kicked it with us for this hour. Do not forget, man, we are live here on Players Choice at LaKERLAND every Sunday as well for 2 hours, 1 p.m. Eastern. We have an open panel and a lot of different things going on LaKERLAND show on Sundays. So make sure you guys pull up if you can this weekend, 1 o'clock p.m. But before we get up out of here tonight, boys and girls, let's talk about opening night. Opening night, we got the Lakers at Golden State. This conversation, boys and girls, should be interesting because, of course, Lightout is a Lakers fan, and we have ZZ, who is a Golden State Warriors fan. So the perspectives this upcoming season is going to be very outside the box. But ZZ, when we talk about just one game, opening night, this is a rematch from you guys getting eliminated by the Lakers last season. What do you expect to see in game one of Golden State versus the Lakers?
Complete and utter domination. The Lakers are going to walk in, and by the time they walk out, they're not even going to know what their social security is. The Golden State Warriors are going to dominate them. Steph Curry, in particular, I'm expecting a 40 piece. I'm expecting more than a 40 piece. I'm expecting it to rain down. It's not like it's raining while they come in to chase him. You see what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. The one thing that I love about the Warriors is that, they can take a punch on the chin. And when they take a punch on the chin, they can get back up. And when they get back up, they're the type of fighters where it's like you punch them on the chin, they get back up, and then they hit you with some jiu-jitsu shit that you never even was expecting. So on opening night, they're going to sit back and think, okay, damn, we wasted that we wasted everybody in America's time by letting the Los Angeles Lakers bounce us out of the second round just so they get swept by the Nuggets, who the Warriors would have put up a way better fight than the Los Angeles Lakers did, mind you. But I mean, it's gonna be a slaughterhouse. I don't know what y'all are expecting. It might
Bro,
be.
I don't know what you're talking about, but the Golden State Warriors seem like a brand new team to me. And if you think they're gonna get adjusted to a team that basically brought everyone back and added a couple new pieces that don't impact what they've been doing, I think the Lakers are going to destroy the Warriors because there's still time to adjust for Golden State. We don't know if Golden State is going to stay like this since the All-Star break. The question that I'm looking at Golden State is, are you guys going to keep Chris Paul? Is Chris Paul going to fit in this Golden State roster? Those are the
questions keep him for game one.
They're going to keep him for game one, but you think you think Chris Paul is going to be the sole factor that you think that a backcourt of Chris Paul and Steph Curry is going to stop a LeBron James driving in? I don't think so.
You think that I'm...
Hold up, fellas. Hold up. I got to give a special invite to my guy, Rated R. Rated R, you have to come join LakerLand this Sunday. No excuses. No excuses. I am giving you a VIP invite. We're going to have a Lakers versus Clippers discussion this Sunday, boys and girls. This is not a game. It is not a game. Rated R, if you are free this Sunday, bro, please pull up so we can have a conversation, because I saw some disrespect and I heard some disrespect before about King James. But we're going to get it right, bro. So if you ain't got nothing going on Sunday, bro, come rock out with us for a few minutes on LakerLand.
Rated R, I'm going to give you the first banner in Clipper Nation of y'all beating us like all these regular season important games that y'all be boasting about every single season. Hooray, y'all beat us in the regular season. Why is your team not intact in the postseason? That's what I want to know. That's literally what I want to know. Why is there no success in the Clippers when you got Kawhi and Paul George? That's what I want to know. So, yeah, put that championship banner that y'all beat us more in the regular season. I'm gonna bring up the NBA championship this season in 2023-2024, and we're going to bring it up while y'all looking at the regular season record. I don't care about the regular season.
He just means that the Lakers are going to have a better record or be better than the Los Angeles Clippers, but he knows for a fact that Steph and the Warriors got the Lakers number this year.
Shut up.
He knows that they're just loading.
Shut up.
They're loading.
So it's official.
Right now.
It is going down this Sunday, man. LakerLand. We're going to be joined by special guests, Rated R, man. Make sure you guys, if you guys have not done so already, most of y'all should already be in tune. But make sure y'all subscribe to Rated R Sports Debates here on YouTube. It's a wrap here, man. Episode 5 is in the bag, man. This is LakerLand. Salute to you guys again for rocking out with us this hour. Shout out again, of course, to our Players Choice family. Make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe to the platform if you're new. Y'all got any final thoughts before we sign out?
I got a final thought before we leave, and I'll leave it like this. It's easy. If the Lakers beat the Warriors, I want you. We're going to dedicate 2 minutes of this show where you're just talking great about LeBron James and his career. That's all I want if the Lakers win. Okay?
Okay. And if the Warriors win, I need 2 minutes from you talking about how Steph Curry has been better than LeBron James for the past 5 or so years, and how he will continue to add to his legacy more than your precious King will in the next 3 years.
Deal.
That's what we're going to talk about.
Deal. All right.
Alrighty, y'all stay safe, man. We'll catch you guys
I'm also
Sunday.
2-0 against Light Out. I'm also 2-0 against Light Out. I'm also 2-0 against Light Out. I'm also 2-0 against Light Out.
Pay to win.
I'm also 2-0 against Light Out.
Pay to win.
Sunday, 1:00 p.m. here on Players Choice, the only choice that matter. We'll see you guys in LakerLand this weekend. Y'all stay safe. We out of here, people.
I'm also 2-0 against Light Out.
Peace.